We would provide an equitable education for a diverse student population, i.e. the gifted and talented, the average student, special education, the academically challenged, ELLs, or English language learners, English as a second language, and cultural differences and what support systems need to be in place for this to occur.
Okay, first of all, equity means meeting people where they're at. That's what equity means. So that means that we need to differentiate, just like we're supposed to differentiate for our students' learning, we differentiate for campuses. So it's not a one-size-fits-all. It's not, well, if they got that program, we need to get that program. That is not meeting the campus where it's at. So you really need to look at what the campus needs are. And who is going to know better but the administrator and the teachers that work there in that campus. For example, we used to do where we would have classroom sizes at 20-to-1 for low socioeconomic schools. And we would staff them like that because we're like, this is great. This is perfect. All low socioeconomics need lower class sizes. However, an administrator talked to their campus and their team, and they're like, you know, we're going to pass on the 20-to-1. Instead, what we would like is we would like to have another interventionist. And they had a different need. They identified their need, and they tried to problem solve it. Again, one size does not fit all, and we need to meet campuses where they're at. And like Ms. Keller said, you know, not only should we staff you 20-to-1, let's give you that interventionist as well, right? So we need to make sure that we give the campuses what they need. They are in the trenches, they know students best, and we need to listen to what they need.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what Ms. Roscoe said. You know, I think she's right. I mean, going forward, when you're talking, you need to be able to have that relationship either with the board, with your community about what you need, what teachers need, what schools need. And all of our schools are different. All of our kiddos are different. But you know what? The only way that we're going to be able to figure out what they need is to ask the people that are actually in those schools, teaching the kids, just get counselors with the kids, what those schools need, and deliver. It's our job to deliver assets and resources on time and when it's needed. I do feel like we do a really good job on the equity side of delivering what is needed per campus, but I think we also need to ask, make sure that our district campuses have a good line of communication to us, to the board, call my cell phone, whatever, to talk about what their needs are, so they don't feel like they're operating in a vacuum. I know in past administrations, there hasn't been that type of transparency as far as, you know, the ability to do that, but I think with Dr. Wright and his leadership and what this board's provided, I believe they've been able to set a really good avenue for communication. I've been to many board meetings, and we're there for 3 hours, 4 hours every night, and you have every opportunity as a community member, as a teacher, as a parent to come speak to the board, work your needs, and I feel like that's a great place to do that. So I would say that communicating and asking what we need from our campuses is what we need to do to make sure we're delivering the resources when they need to be. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you for this question. First, we need to talk about what equity in education actually is. It's the process of reforming practices, policies, and procedures at the school and district levels to support academic fairness and inclusion. So it's not about meeting the kid where they are. It's not about asking the campus what they want. It's about dismantling the ableist, toxic, and racist policies and procedures and tendencies that we have in our district. So, some of the things that we can do. I want to get quickly through this. I'm hoping I'll have more time. Maybe I'll speak it into existence. My heart is with the special needs community. Being a speech language pathologist, I work mostly with autistic and ADHD kids, and adults. And they are really left behind. The model that we're following is that they need to conform to be what we think they need to be. When in actuality, they just need supports. So I know I have a minute left, so I'm just gonna hit on some important pieces. Avid, again, that is what we need. We need to bring that back. We need to look into job training, college prep. We need to evaluate our rewards and punishments that we utilize at the school level. It's really important to know that when we see kids with behaviors, those behaviors are telling us that they have needs that are unmet. So when we have kids going to being expelled from school, all of these things, that tells me that they've fallen through the cracks. They don't have the supports they need. 9 times out of 10, it's a marginalized group of kids. So we've got a ton of work to do. I have literally 2 pages of stuff that we can talk about. Hopefully we can get through it. I could list some more, but we'll stop there. Thank you.
I haven't been as vocal about the questions. They're great questions, just as everyone I know has made it abundantly clear. So thank you for these questions. I think there's a flaw in this question here, especially as it applies to us, is yes, we have a diverse student population, which is only going to get more diverse in the coming years as we have thousands and thousands of new people moving into our district, many of whom will be like me, people who have come here from somewhere else. So while being here for 20 years is awesome, as Trustee Orozco has very clearly laid out, sometimes a fresh perspective is something that is a good thing. And later I'll make a couple more reasons as to why I believe that. Now, to be able to support these classifications right here, we need more campuses. We don't have enough resources as a district right now to actually support trying to do a better job. I know teachers in the administration are doing the best they absolutely can with the resources they have, and yes, the last 2 years have been crazy. My daughter falls into a disability, being deaf in the left ear. She didn't get to go to preschool. Her first year in school was all but 1 month of online learning. My daughter entered kindergarten way behind. She is somebody, when we went in to talk to the administration, the decision was, are we going to move her to first grade or keep her in kindergarten? The school said, let's keep her in kindergarten, to which I said, well, the teacher you're giving her is on maternity leave for the next 3 months. So how many substitute teachers is she going to have between now and then? My daughter needs consistency in her education because me nor my wife are teachers. And I respect the time you've spent, Trustee Orozco, being a teacher, but the majority of people out there are not prepared to be doing that kind of educating of their children. In the last 2 years, not only has been hard for marginalized, it's 75% of kids who are marginalized, but it's been hard for all kids who haven't had the opportunity to spend a lot of time in a classroom and socialization. Thank you.